that doesn't look right. And why is that there? Guess you have to find out, because we got a lot of things missing here. Hopefully we can get that fixed. Well guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms, where we are working on this beast. It's our 7088 2009 or 10, I'm not actually sure on that one. Yeah, I'm looking for a serial number, I don't see one. Oh, here's one. 7088 combine, model year 2011, year of fabrication 2010. So it's a 2011 7088, made in 2010, so it's an earlier one. And we're doing some work on it. Let's get into the video. Well guys, I'm up on top of our 7088 right now, and I'll give you guys a rundown of what my Uncle Bun and Pat have been working on. Great Uncle Bun, Uncle Pat. So basically, real quick, so a little bit about my Uncle Bun is that he is my grandma's brother, and he actually used to work at a case dealership for like 35 years or so, and comes over and runs grain cart for us every fall. But he also services all our equipment for us, that way we rarely have to take it into a dealer. He does all of our general maintenance on planters, combines, just about anything red that he's worked on in the past for his 30 years. So but anyway, so I'm up on top of the 7088. You can kind of see missing a cross auger. I'll show you that, but we're replacing that. You can basically almost shave with that's how sharp it is. So we're replacing this. That's basically up on top of the grain tank. We put poly on the load auger last year, and also some other, like the vertical auger there, I'll kind of show you in a bit. But that's basically it for up on top. We'll head down on the machine. Can't see styling pattern. Styling panel, I should say.
Yeah.
There's water everywhere.
Yeah, there's water everywhere back here. I buried that sucker. I got up in the cornfield. I thought, oh, it don't look so bad there. I had it down to where I ripped the front license plate off of that thing.
Really?
And I had mud up over the frame down in there. I'm telling you, I was stuck.
Well, they do have to go get a tractor to pull you out?
Tractor, and we had to get about from here to them bins to get away from it.
So Bun, you say you're replacing all the bearings and bevel gears on the chopper? On the spreader?
I'm replacing the ones on this shaft.
Yeah, makes sense. All the bevel gears. Kind of see the big old gash worn in them. So replacing all the bevel gears on this shaft, just because they've had, I don't even know how many hours this thing's got it, probably around 2,000. So replacing that. Here's the cross auger I told you guys about. This is the old one, new one. Just look at, that's so sharp compared to that. Bun, you know me, I never do anything productive, at least.
That was a big help for me here, Ron.
Oh, not a problem. And what'd you say earlier? This machine's easy enough that an 87-year-old can work on it? Heard it here first, folks. My great uncle. This machine's easy enough that my great uncle Bun can still work on it. Just got the shaft in, halfway in. Where all this tape is. Yeah. Alright, sorry about that. But basically right here there's a big old hole being worn in, because that's where that flighting was. It was just rubbing a hole in the side sheet for a while. So we're actually getting new poly. There's poly on this vertical auger we replaced last year, but we're actually getting like a poly insert to set on there. So that's going on, that's why that styling shield's off. And really other than that, just minor things we're fixing, like some belts and other bearings. But for the most part, this thing's probably got another week or so until it's field ready, which this thing's probably not going to run for another month, but replaced probably 5 or 6 belts on here. And also while I was gone, so on top of all the combine work, they also got the chopper pretty much ready to go. We got the corn side, which had hooked on. Excuse me. Chopper's much better looking this year than last year. It's not full of all dry, extremely dry, hazardous ear corn. We got our silage head on. So when I say silage head, it's basically these 4 drums. They're about 60 inches in diameter or so. And pretty much what it does, it unfolds down like this, and it's essentially like an 8-row corn head. It's as wide as that. It's 20 feet wide. And what this does is it takes the entire crop plant in as a whole. So it ingests the stalk, the cob, everything, ingests it, and it chops that. That's probably the bulk of our feed is corn silage that we use. And it's essentially corn silage season. You want to get it right when the corn's about ready to black layer. When I say black layer is when you pull a kernel kernel out and you can kind of see it's black on the bottom. So the FR 9060 is about ready to go. Hopefully in the next couple days to a week, we're going to start silage chopping season. We do have a big custom outfit. Well, we don't have a big custom outfit, but we custom chop for a lot of people. Here's the old concaves. We took out the large wire concaves, and these things are just so rounded. With concaves, you want to have a sharp edge as best you can, and that'll actually provide an abrasive edge for the rotor to thresh against. So that's why we kind of changed concaves. I'll kind of go over and we'll open up the concave, the separating section of the door, and we'll see what it looks like on the combine, I should say. So I'll open this up. As I said before, we replaced all the concaves. So we replaced it with a large wire with a large wire and then 2 round bars. So this is what, like I said, this is what actually, the rotor right here, which threshes against these things, and that's what actually separates the grain from the mog or material other than grain. Comes down on the augers into the cleaning chute to start cleaning the grain. Not too bad, except it does not smell good at all. We also did replace a lot of these rasp bar elements. So these elements inside there, they get worn over time, and I'll go show you one here in a bit. But basically they get worn over time, so we replace some of those as well. So here's, like I said, the grain, the clean grain, mostly clean grain, and trash comes back here, and it goes in the back into the sieves to start shake back and forth and use air and mechanical separation to separate it. So here you can kind of see it's open, and it basically allows you to thresh all the way out. I'll come show you those elements right now. I call them elements, rasp bars, whatever people call them. But in our scrap pile, that's actually pretty, not a terrible one. Here's a good one. So here's this rasp bar element. It's really smooth up top, and you don't want these things to be smooth. You want them to be jagged edges. Like I said, that's what actually creates your threshing and creates your threshing from the grain off the stem or cob, depending on whether you're in corn or beans. So that's why we replaced a bunch of these. Like Bun said, we replaced 20. About half of them on the machine. Yeah, that's kind of about it, what we've done with this machine so far. And that's, like I said, we got probably another couple days worth of work on this, or Bun does, and we'll work on the next machine. Well, as you guys can probably tell, I'm in the 2588. We're moving this thing down so my Uncle Bun can get this thing worked on and get it started and worked on. And I believe the 2580, I misspoke earlier, it's about done. So let's go ahead and get going. All right, see if I can remember how to work these gears. See if I can figure it out. That is definitely first gear because I'm full forward and pegged. There we go. That's road gear. Alrighty guys, end of time lapse. Take off the time lapse sunglasses. So what we're doing right now is the 7088 is just about all serviced up, at least for now, until we get some more parts in. So I'm bringing the 2588 down. My Uncle Bun's gonna start working on it some. And then we're gonna continue on with the regular vlog and keep moving. Anyway, so Uncle Bun's gonna basically go through this, service it, check bearings, chains, belts, everything that we need to check, and then basically get this thing ready to roll, hook it up to the head, grease everything, get her ready to move. We're just pulling into the farmyard right now. Pull this thing out of the way. There, I got it in gear. I can park it. It's all good. Here we are, guys. See you when we actually tell you what's going on. So where's that elevator sprocket at? Is it kind of right in the housing? How come these old combines just had?
Right here.
How come these old combines had the spout only going about like halfway up the tank? Because like the newer one goes like all the way up past your head probably.
Well, see, originally this did not have an extension.
These big extensions, yeah.
And then it's got an extension on the extension. It does.
I can.
See that up there?
Oh, I got you. That's what these are.
You look in the cab and there's an instruction that's the. Well, you can see out through there. There's got to be beams going out through there.
So Bun said he found the main feeder house raise lower cylinder is bad. Along with, he's just starting checking the machine. This thing ran soybeans last because there's a lot of soybean stubble everywhere. Which I can't remember which one this thing ended on, but I'll show you where that leak is. Said it was leaking right here. Not sure what part it's actually leaking, but something's got a leak on here, so we're gonna fix that and get this thing machine shipped straight before we're ready to harvest. Alrighty guys, so my Uncle Bun just left about 20 minutes ago or so. So he's done working on the combines for today. So he started servicing the 2588, checking sprockets, bearings, belts, chain tensions, all your works, all your wear parts. So he started checking all those. It's really nice having a former mechanic as your great uncle. It means you get a lot of stuff done for a very low price. Most of the time just food. So we're very fortunate for that. This thing is just about ready to go. We just got to put a poly liner back in it. Poly liner on a trough just to kind of mimic or to mediate some holes that were coming through. So, but anyway, I'm thirsty. I'm tired. I'm gonna get some water. But anyway, I hoop you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Hartung. And of course, I always, ta-ta for now. I should be an auctioneer. Hey, maybe I shouldn't. Okay, bye.